Hey everybody, I know this video is kind of a day late and every other YouTuber that you watch has gotten this out at least 24 hours ago, if not before that, but I figured it's better late than never. I kind of had some stuff going on yesterday, and then also just I wanted to kind of take this time to just kind of say some ideas that I had, but I'll do that after I go over pretty much all the stuff on the new OG blog that came out yesterday. And so basically there's a couple of different things that are going to be going on in a giant combat update on the 14th of January, and so that's going to be a change to the bosses, because currently all the bosses in the game are extremely easy to kill. In a 3-man next team, I can get sub 4 kills, which is less than 4 minutes to kill next, which is kind of ridiculous. I don't think that it should be that quick. And then Bandos, Arma, Sarah, Zami, all of those, you might need to take one shark in case of emergency, but other than that you don't need food, and you can just kind of fill up on overloads and prayer and just kind of camp the boss forever. So it's kind of ridiculous. So it is an extremely good thing that they are buffing all of the bosses. It's kind of a negative thing for all the people who now just recently got their first taste of God Wars, but if any of you are in that situation, I would just kind of recommend that you go and you train more, because you've seen what it's like. If you enjoy it, then you're going to enjoy it once you get those stats that you can go there again. So you kind of had a little teaser of it, and it is kind of a little unfortunate, but at the same time, it's best for the game that those bosses are back to being kind of the high-level content that they were really meant to be. And then if we go down here, we have a change to the defensive value of armor. And so basically what this means is, instead of having a linear line for linear line that's repetitive, but instead of armor, the defense value being linear, it's going to be exponential. So that means is the closer you get to level 99 gear, I mean there is no 99 gear, but let's just say figuratively, the closer you get to 99 gear, the higher the difference would be from 99 to 98. So it's going to not be as much from level 1 to level 2, but then as you go up even more levels, the difference between each individual level will be getting greater, and so armor is going to be a lot more useful. So with this, I would highly recommend, if any of you do not have the Kiln Cape or your Fire Cape yet, that maybe this weekend, before the update comes out next week, you go and you watch some guides. Smokey has amazing guides on doing the Fight Kiln. If you're a noob, you can still do it. Just sit down, watch some of those guides, and you should be able to get it. But the reason I'm saying this is not everyone can afford always the best armor. So right now, while armor is still the lower armor is still really good and useful, if you don't have the money to get some of the higher level armor, I would suggest that you go and do the Fight Kiln or Fire Caves, whatever you want. Try and get some stuff, or go to God Wars, have some fun with that until the update comes, if you're not going to be able to go back there because maybe you're only level 60 or 70 in your combat stats, something like that. So have some fun before they change it back to the way that it was originally intended. And then if we go down here, the next thing on the set of lists is that they are taking strength boosts and putting them back into the game. Pre-EOC there was the strength bonus, which just gave you some better strength depending on the gear you had, so things like Bandos chestplate, fighter torso, stuff like that would give you a strength bonus that would let you hit higher, and they're kind of reinstating that into the game. It's going to be for all next gear, and then other things like the Bandos chestplate. So I'm not really going to give any suggestions that you guys buy any of these, but I will say that these things are shooting up because Jagex is once again done an amazing job at price manipulation. So I mean, the Bandos chestplate itself shot up at least 6 mil already, probably more than that. So it's just another. The last dog blog that came out was a price manipulation on a large scale. This one, not as big, but still just kind of confirms the what people were feeling that drove the price of all those different gears up. But then again, I mean, that is how it's going to be and how it should be, because those gears are going to be a lot more useful, so of course they're going to have to be a lot more pricey. And if we go down here, this is the pretty much last important thing in my opinion, and that is the healing effect of abilities is going to be nerfed severely. And that kind of goes back to what I was saying about food. You only need to take about 1 shark or so to a God Wars boss, excluding next, and you can stay there for hours on end, which I just find ridiculous because I can't really imagine that. So they are like nerfing heavily the healing abilities, like regenerate right here and rejuvenate up here. Those are the only two that are really that they're nerfing. They're not going to be nerfing any of the defensive abilities. Those are all staying how they are. But regenerate is currently very overpowered. After each kill, you can kind of just use your adrenaline to heal back up to full HP, and you don't normally get hit down more than, like, I'd say 3/4 of your HP. You always have at least 3/4 of your HP at God Wars, so you never need any food. And then, like, rejuvenate also just, that's a ultimate ability. It heals you a crap load. So rejuvenate is not getting like any of its healing potential taken away. It's just getting a nerf in the sense that you can only use it once every 5 minutes. So with the bosses being increased with their combat capabilities, rejuvenate is still going to be a very worthwhile ability to be using if you're nexing, possibly corping. I'm not sure about corp, but rejuvenate for next kills I'm thinking is going to still be a really good thing, because your next kills are not going to be any less than 5 minutes with the new buff that Nex is going to be getting with this update. So that's going to be kind of a good ability to use if you're going to still be nexing. And then there's 2 other things on this list here. Hati and Skoll aren't really important. Kalphite King was moved back. I forgot to mention that before. The Kalphite King was moved back to the 14th along with the rest of this update. I did a live stream on kind of some of the stuff that we already know about the Kalphite King. I'll put a little annotation up on the side of the screen if you want to watch that. There is a link to Twitch TV, the site that I streamed it on. There's a link there. The video is a lot better quality if you watch it on Twitch, so I'd suggest watching it there instead of YouTube. But anyway, the annotation should be up in the right hand corner. And so Kalphite King was moved back, but then the last thing, Skoll and Hati, those 2 wolves are coming back this month along with this update. And then Chaotic Claws are going to be coming out. And what these are is, I think Jagex kind of noticed that a Grandmaster quest was required to unlock a useless piece of content. Tormented Demons with the EOC kind of were completely destroyed as a money-making potential. The Dragon Claws I bought a pair for 15 mil before EOC, and I ended up selling them for 950k. So I'm not mad about the fact that I lost almost 15 mil. It was like 14 mil. I'm more just kind of puzzled about why they're actually making this update, considering Chaotic Claws are most likely going to be slash, I'm guessing, and I don't see how they'd be useful. We already have the Chaotic Longsword, and then with the Kalphite King coming out on the same exact day as Chaotic Claws, we're getting level 90 weaponry. So there's only a 10 level difference, and I don't really see Chaotic Claws being useful because you could just get the Longsword. If you're only level 80, you could just get the Longsword, so I don't really understand the point. I think maybe if they released Chaotic Claws the day of EOC, it may have been a different story. I might have supported it, but as of now, Chaotic Claws, I'm gonna label them as a gigantic fail. I guess we'll see. Maybe they'll be extremely useful for PKing or something, I'm not really sure, but from right now, just the little paragraph they have here about the Chaotic Claws, they just seem absolutely worthless and have absolutely no value to them. So that's it for the OG blog, me kind of commentating and talking about the OG blog, because I know not all of you like to read what's on the homepage. So I've been thinking that I'm going to start doing some more videos. I used to be into kind of doing videos about the updates and different things where I just commentate like this, talk about different things, share my opinion, and share some facts that maybe weren't in the actual update. So I'm going to kind of start getting back to that because these videos don't really take too much time, maybe a little bit of research here and there, but other than that it's just kind of personal opinion and then talking about them. So I'm going to be getting back to these, and then also just because I am in school and things are so busy, what I'm doing is I'm moving, instead of attempting to do Bossing the Bibles and Road to Max Cape every day, just kind of alternating one day doing Bossing the Bibles, the next day Road to Max Cape, something like that. I'm gonna switch that back to what I was doing like a month ago, and I'm going to have it every other day. I might go through periods where that I can be getting an episode out every day, and I'd love to be doing that, but what I'm gonna do is just then schedule that episode for the next day so that I can kind of focus on either studying for a test or exam or something, and just kind of focus on school a little bit more and then some other different things. So I'm going to be doing these, like whenever there's an update I'll like talk about the update and everything, but my Road to Max Cape and my Bossing the Bible series, those are going to be pushed to every other day now, so it's going to switch up like between the weeks. It's not going to be like Monday, Tuesday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, something like that. It's going to be, if I start one week on Sunday, I'll have Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and like then the next week it'll be Monday instead of Sunday, stuff like that. So it's not going to be like definitive dates because it's going to be every other day, but pretty much you can just remember every other day. So that's pretty much it for this video. I didn't really have too much to say, but I dragged it on for 12 minutes. So you guys might want to take a look at the OG blog if you want to read more in depth about this stuff. Also check out some forum posts, different threads on there. There's always good stuff on the forums. So other than that, have a nice day, and maybe watch the live stream if you haven't already. Give me some feedback on that. It is really awkward because it was the first live stream that any of us were ever doing, and we just kind of, we're trying to make it official, but at the same time we didn't really know exactly how to say everything. So it was really awkward. Tell me how awkward it is in the comments. But other than that, have a good day, and hope to see you soon.